Congress, get your act together and fix it. This is a situation that's gone on for years and years and years.
We need to defend our borders against people who want to cause this harm.
We need legal immigration, but illegal immigration kind of, it muddies the water.
We're gonna have to pay for it eventually. I feel like what Abbott's doing is the right thing in a sense.
Alexa Lavoie here in San Antonio, Texas, to report on the ongoing southern border crisis. Lincoln J and I are heading to Eagle Pass, which is a small city of approximately 30,000 people and situated right beside Mexico. Eagle Pass is one of the busiest areas for illegal migrants crossing into the USA. The governor of Texas, Greg Abbott, has taken the situation into his own hands and is trying to stop the influx of people entering illegally through quote-unquote Operation Lone Star. The big news recently is the fact that the federal government and the state of Texas have been battling in court over the right to have razor wire along the border to prevent the crossing. The Supreme Court has overturned an injunction to install razor wire. We will see what awaits us at the southern border. But for now, we are going to see what people in San Antonio think about the situation. But before going to that video, please go over TexasBorderReports.com. This is our special website where you can donate generously for us to continue to show you the other side of the story. Thanks. And now, let's see the video. What are you tout on the current situation at the southern border?
So I got family in Mexico, but even then I tell them like, hey, you gotta come over here like the right way, you know what I'm saying? Because people don't know, like I said, I'm not against it, but at the same time, it's like, we're the ones that gotta pay for it in the end, you know what I mean?
It sounds like the resources have kind of run out in all these towns and cities, and I know people from America are struggling, no matter what the color of their skin or where they were born, but we need to take care of Americans first.
It has gotten out of control. Something needs to be done. I just don't know what.
It's horrible. They're at the Greyhound bus station every morning, thousands of them. Nobody in the city speaks English anymore. The crime rate's gone through the roof. You're not even safe around here too much anymore.
Like I said, it's a touchy situation, but you know, it's law is law. If it's gonna be, if they're gonna allow immigration reform to take a positive turn in the United States in general, do it the correct way.
We barely can like take care of ourselves here, and like all like the what's the word, like money wise, and everything is not the best here as well. But I don't know, I don't think it's necessary for barbed wire and stuff like that.
It's open. It shouldn't be. It's the law. Why don't they enforce it? So it's simple. And they make it tricky, and it's simple.
I'd prefer if America defended our borders and that there should be a legal path to citizenship for everyone, just because we're not worried about the Mexican people. We're worried about people who are enemies coming over, extracting revenge for whatever, you know, people that are ideologies are very different than ours.
What are your thoughts about the legal battle between Biden administration and Greg Abbott?
I'm not even, hey, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really pay too much attention about that, but like I said, this is Texas, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I feel like, you know, from my perspective, you know, it's not right to let, you know, people in, because like I said, we're gonna have to pay for it eventually. I feel like what Abbott's doing is the right thing in a sense.
I agree with everything the governor has done. You know, that's not to pick a fight with the U.S. of A. We're part of the U.S. of A., but we're a constitutional republic.
Many conservative Abbott supporters have told me it's against the law. They shouldn't be coming across. My thoughts on what Abbott is doing right now, the Supreme Court has said it's against the law, so he shouldn't be doing that either.
I think Joe Biden should put troops on the border, more barbed wire, because what Biden's doing is nothing. He's just bringing them over. We're only 120 miles from the border.
As the president, I think the president should support what he's doing, what he's trying to do, and understand what the consequences, what the big consequences and the repercussions could be behind him not supporting it. And I think Governor Greg Abbott should take a great plan, make a plan, a great plan for immigration reform to present to the Senate and the Congress and the legislation for it to be productive.
I don't think he's the best governor at all. I know he's trying to keep a lot of illegals or whatever out, but in the end, like, we're all human. At the same time, I know the Biden administration is just like letting anyone in. I feel like that's not right as well. There has to be like a good set policies, like set for not like bad people to come over and stuff. But it's just all a mess.
It's their problem, not mine. I'd like to sleep at night.
The Biden administration is anti-American and have hijacked a lot of our rights, our constitutional rights. And so I agree with, I'm against Biden, so.
Some people would say that Donald Trump have handled the situation better than Joe Biden. Yeah. What are your thoughts?
Sure. I mean, illegal immigration was at half the rate it was now. I mean,
we don't know the real answer. You know what I mean? Maybe if he was in office, maybe things would be different. But we can only, we can't really make that decision. We can't really, make that assumption right now. But I think he would handle things a whole lot different than the way it's going now.
That it was better under Trump?
Yeah. The border situation?
No.
Oh, I think they're both as bad as one another.
No, there's no difference. Nobody's to blame. It's a situation, it's a migration situation that's going on all over the world.
I definitely believe that. Most Americans believe that. We didn't have that problem down here before. It was a whole different city 3-4 years ago. Now it's just, and no matter where I go in America, it's the same problem there.
He did a great job when it came to the border security. But not only did he do it, but he also gave them regulations that they had to go through. You know what I'm saying? So if you're going to do this, then this is what we need to do. I'm gonna raise the tariffs on this right here. That's two countries working on an economic scale. Because if they're going to come, it should benefit both countries.
I somewhat agree with that. I think he did do a little better job at keeping it like stable. I feel like now it's really gone out of control. But like I said, in the end, I mean, I know these are other people too, and they're just trying to have a life.
I think that he was a good president, and I think he had the American people's interests and safety and protection first in mind, and I think that he did handle it much better.
But when I was a little girl, it was not unusual to have people working for you in your home or on the ranch or wherever, and they were fine people. We weren't afraid. I have many friends who live in Uvalde, which is near there. They are afraid. They carry guns. I get it.
My thing is, I think there should be a big, like a university or a school or something built up for immigrants to come in, to transfer, to be able to understand English, to understand the concepts of the laws, and then be productive out here in the United States of America.
we can't even fix us right now. We can't proclaim to fix everything else. So there are limits on what, and it's if when you say that, you call that to be a racist, the last thing I am. So.
We came all the way down, Lincoln J and I, to report on the story of what is going on with the ongoing migrant crisis at the southern border. We want to bring you exclusive footage, but if you want to encourage us, please go over TexasBorderReports.com. Chip in what you can to help us to cover our travel expense. Thanks in advance.